The first step to riding the bus in Fort Smith is figuring out the route that you need to take. There are two ways to do this. The first option is to download the Route Shout 2.0 app. This is the app recommended by the City of Fort Smith. Other alternatives probably won't work as well. I've never been able to pull up the bus system on Google Maps, for example. This app is handy when you're out and about town and don't know where the nearest bus stop is. But the app is not intuitive if you're not already somewhat familiar with the city and our bus routes. The maps on the app do not show individual stops, and even then, the descriptions of the routes only use street addresses instead of business names, and those addresses aren't always correct. For example, the app lists this bus stop at 616 Rogers Avenue, which would mean the bus stop is on the southwest side of the street, with the other even-numbered buildings. But the stop is actually on the northeast side of the street at 615 Rogers Avenue. The second option is to use the web version, which is more intuitive and allows you to actually zoom in and see where stops are and when they arrive. I'll leave a link in the description. In both cases, finding your route can only be done when routes are actually in service, which in general is Monday through Saturday from sometime early in the morning until 5 p.m. If you're looking at the app on a Sunday, it will look like we don't have any bus service at all. But Fort Smith uses a spoke hub model, so our core routes tend to converge on one transfer station in downtown Fort Smith, and from there you can get on other buses to travel anywhere else in the city. If you miss your bus the first time, or you're just not sure what you're doing, I recommend taking a practice ride starting at the transfer station in downtown Fort Smith. Buses should leave from there at the top of every hour. Once you know where your stop is and when it's scheduled to arrive, head your stop. When you see the bus coming, you need to signal to the driver that you're a rider instead of just a rando on the street. You can do this by holding your hand out or waving to the driver. When the bus stops, if you have a bicycle with you, pull down the bike rack by pulling down this lever and lifting your bicycle into the holder. Put your bike in the slot closest to the front of the bus, and it does matter which direction the front wheel faces. The front wheel should go to the left in the slot closest to the bus, and if you have to use the second slot because the first is taken, the front wheel goes to the right. Once your bike is in place, pull this lever out and wrap it up and over your bicycle. Push it down on top of your front wheel as close to your frame as possible. Now that your bike is secure, wait in an orderly line to get on the bus. Or if there's no one else at your stop, you can hop on. There will be a small box near the driver with a hole in it. Put your money or bus ticket in here. The fare costs $1.25, exact change and cash only. If you're transferring from another bus, you can put your transfer ticket in here. And if you plan to transfer buses after your ride, ask your driver for a transfer ticket so you can put it in this box on your next bus. Finally, find a seat. If the bus is busy, it's polite to move to the back of the bus and take a window seat. Leave the seat next to you open, and please respect the space of those around you. And finally, relax and enjoy. You can look at your phone or read a book on your ride. There's no road rage or any source of stress. And because we established the cost of driving in my last video, taking the bus is about half the price of driving a car in Fort Smith. When it comes time to get off, pull on this little cord. This will let the driver know that someone wants to get off on the next stop. Our buses in Fort Smith don't stop at a stop unless someone is there to get on or off the bus. If you're on a bus without a pull cord, just tell the driver where you intend to get off as you board, or let them know during your ride. That's all there is to it. You can use the bus to go downtown to go shopping, or any of our 3 Walmarts, or if you're feeling hungry, you can even take it to get to Texas Roadhouse.